Hello and welcome back to the Film School Chronicle, your wire right to the heart of the Brisbane film school scene. It seems wrong saying that without Bryce, because that is his spiel. But anyway, this morning we are joined by two now Griffith Film School graduates. We're joined by Neo and Clive. How are you this morning, guys?
Very good. Thanks for having us.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I just had a big night last night. So
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it makes
Getting
sense. So you've just graduated, of course. So of
Yes.
course, you know, it's celebration time now. It's
Yeah.
reaching the end of the year. First of all, congratulations.
Thank
you.
on,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Graduating. It's been a long journey, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yes, very long.
Wonderful. So I think I wanted to start out, now that you're graduates, I wanted to start out with you sort of, telling us a bit about yourselves, a bit about, your experience over the last 3 years and sort of, just kind of a get to know you sort of segment. So Clive, we'll start with you.
Yeah,
Tell
sure.
us about Clive.
So I came into film school like with a big passion from high school. I just knew I loved to make anything creative, and initially it was very basic at film school, like just a lot of introductory courses.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, I think we missed so many lectures in the first year. Like once we realized it was like those reading the moving images classes and stuff. But I think over the 3 years, you make a lot of more friends by the time you're in second and third year, and you find your group of people
Yep.
that you really want to be with. And once you find those people, I think that's one of the best parts of film school. Is from there I actually did more gigs, I learnt more. They pushed me to kind of like go out and start my own business and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was great. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. And how would you say, like, now you've reached the end of your 3 years at film school, what would you say is, I guess, kind of your area of expertise, or the thing
sure.
you're really trying to go into
Yeah.
now that you're in the industry?
Yeah. I put my hand in everything, tried everything.
Yep.
Sound was not for me.
No.
I could not remember any of those like million knobs.
Yep.
But I took a passion in cinematography, and I just tried to get my hands dirty with any camera gear and stayed in that. And also editing. I
Yep.
love to edit.
Nice.
So I think it's a really good like fusion of two things, because when you're shooting, you can kind of keep the edit in mind, and yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose that lands well to being able to go do freelance now, because
Yeah.
you're sort of a one-man production team.
Exactly.
Yeah, wonderful. So Neo, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your journey through film school.
Okay, well, it's a bit weird and interesting at the same time, because before this, before coming into the filmmaking industry, I was an engineer. So I did my electronics and telecommunication diploma and degree and stuff like that. So I had a lot of technical knowledge about literally anything consisting a circuit board, to be honest. So that helped me a lot when I joined the film industry, and I thought, oh, I should definitely give it a try before locking down my engineering life. So I thought New York Film Academy down in Gold Coast does a good diploma and advanced diploma courses. So I joined that, loved it, and I thought probably I should just do a degree as well. So I got a segue from the NIFA to Griffith, and I directly joined second year.
Right. Yeah.
And then I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
It was so new, and I was so scared, like, oh shit, how am I gonna jump into the films and the productions and stuff like that? So my first interaction with anyone was actually on the Mum production, which was our second year drama production.
Yeah. I've heard about that one.
And that's where I met Clive. And then Clive and I have a mutual friend from NIFA. Her name's Bianca. So
I actually went to school with this girl, and somehow she worked with Neo, and I met Neo through her. So it's crazy.
And back at NIFA, I DOP'd, I think, 4 or 5 films. And I thought, oh, probably I'm actually good at this, so I should try it at Griffith Film Productions. And then I saw so many talented people like Clive, and then Carmen G, and who else? There's so many people I just can't remember right now. Jack Warren, the guy who
Kobe.
directed Heart for Vendetta. Kobe, who DOP'd that film. Yeah, and I thought, probably I should try first AC or second AC jobs as well, because when I was trying to find jobs in the actual industry outside, you can't get a job as a DOP or a camera operator. You need at least 10 years of experience.
Yeah.
Then they'll consider you.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting thing. where I'm currently at, where you guys were a year ago, wanting to maybe direct a grad slate or, DOP or something, and knowing that, when you get in the industry, you're not going to get to do those two things.
No.
So in film school, you might as well first or
Yeah.
second AC get the real experience, because that's where you're actually going to get work. But alas. Anyway, continue.
So where was I? Yes, great DOPs, and then I worked on Mom. That's where I met Clive, and we just bonded. I don't know how. We just talked about cameras, talking like a nerd, basically. And then
I was the editor and you were the
gaffer. Yeah.
So on set, like, I didn't have too much to do, so I just kind of went and helped him out with lights and stuff, and we had fun, and
Well, you should be doing a job on the set. No, just kidding. But I gaffed, and then I realized if I want to become a better DOP, I should definitely gaff as many productions as I can.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, anyone can operate a camera, but to light a scene, it's really hard, because every person can light this kind of scene like what we're sitting right now in so many different ways, and the whole look of the film changes. So it's all dependent on the gaffer, to be honest. Like the gaffer in the DP.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of lighting myself. I think as far as actually trying to get into industry stuff, that's the direction I would want to take. But unfortunately, I haven't got to work with you now that you're now graduating and moving on. But I got to work with Izzy and Darcy, and you yourself are also regarded as the three of you as the best sort of gaffers of your cohort.
I think so. Yeah,
I've missed out.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into Grad Slate now, because you've they're out, they're finished. They're all. I mean, I suppose they're going to be out to the world soon, depending on if they go to festivals and whatever. But you'd had a big screening just this week. How was that experience?
That was interesting. It was really. So we had a private screening for ourselves, and it was great to have our family and friends there. I think it was a whole different experience, like watching it together with people that have helped you along the way.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the best screening experience at New Farm, because I don't know what's going on there. Like they just don't take it very seriously. We showed up, we watched the first one, and half the screen was getting cut like with the projector, and the sound was so low we couldn't hear any sound design. We're like, what's going on? So the second time we told them to fix that, so that was alright. But
was yours? Do you know if your screening was before or after the 2 from One Zone and Before We're Gone screening?
I think
this
before.
Right.
I think so. Right?
Did they do a private screening as well?
Yeah, they did it later.
Okay.
So I went to their one, and it seems that like through your struggles they benefited, because their one went really well. So
that's lovely.
Yeah,
at least theirs went well.
That is so weird, because I exported the DCP for the theaters and stuff, and I followed all their cinema spec sheets, and I gave them exactly what they wanted, and asked me for all those stupid things. It is so annoying. I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah.
But still, we didn't get what we wanted.
No.
But people enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it was just
that's
us
right,
filmmakers being naggy about, this is not looking good, the color grade's off, and this and that. But nah, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
We liked it.
So we'll go into a bit of specifics now. So Clive, you were the DOP of Henrietta.
Yes.
First AC for half of Vendetta, and you did some BTS on Crossing Paths.
Yep.
So I guess we'll go for your major role. Tell us about getting to DOP, a medieval film.
Yeah, it was amazing. So originally I was crewed on to DOP Neo's film.
Yep.
Unfortunately that didn't go through. So then I was left in like this scramble to find a role.
Yep.
I knew I really wanted to DOP this year, and I had a few like people that offered, okay, you can come onto my film. But when I saw this medieval film, I was like, that could be really cool.
Yep.
Like think of the cinematography you could do, like with throne rooms and fire and like stuff like that. I was sold.
Yeah.
So I hit up Matthew, the director, and he was just stoked. He was like, yes. So I got onto that, and initially it was a bit slow. Like there was a lot of work to be done with the script to get it to the point where it was perfect. But we sat for so many hours and storyboarded and stuff, and it was just a really different experience being able to DOP like a massive film. And what else?
Talk about the locations.
The locations,
Freaking 3-hour long drives and stuff.
Yeah. Locations were like a big problem. So like you think Brisbane, where do you find medieval places that in Brisbane, right?
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing. So we searched for so long to find locations, called up. We had our whole production design team calling up people and trying to figure out. I think we locked in our final location from POC like 2 days out from filming.
Right. Okay.
Which was just scary.
Logistical nightmare.
Yeah. But yeah, I think one of the toughest things about Henrietta was the driving. We had long shoot days and we had to drive 2-3 hours back and forth from set late in the night. And I can't tell you, like, the amount of times where I kind of fell asleep at the wheel, it was not good.
It's a dangerous production then.
So yeah. I think every grad slate has an element of that. So be careful when you guys do yours, because it gets very taxing.
Try and keep it simple. Yeah. I'm trying to pitch one for a single or like just 2 locations. That just a diverse location. But you also first AC'd Half of Vendetta. Now that was a big production, ambitious production.
As well.
So how was it?
That was great. My first time first ACing, so took a little bit to learn the ropes. Once I kind of understood how to play with that nucleus, it was good. I think, as you're saying, like, it was such a big production and they had so many things to hit, like stunts and like Kobe had planned all these oneers, like one take shots.
Right.
So I didn't actually get any time to do my focus marks.
Right. Okay.
So there were these big shots and I was improvising focus on all of them. And it was very nerve-wracking. I was just death staring that split screen and trying to, but no, it was a lot of fun. I think I loved working with Kobe and Jack. We have this kind of like bond where all of us share the same kind of ideas and minds. So
nice, yeah,
that was great.
That's exactly what you want for cohesion on a production. So, very nice. So Neo, your primary role was as gaffer on Kalara.
Yep.
So tell us a bit about that experience.
Well, I'll start with the crew. So it was directed by Cody Bramhall, and he directed Mum in second year drama production. So I knew that, we work very well together, and he takes my ideas on board. And what was the location? Oh yes, it was the Diamantina at the Queensland Maritime Museum.
Right.
So it's a 80 or 90-year-old ship. It's pretty good, but hate it so much. I personally hated that ship.
Tough spaces, right?
I couldn't fit into the ship, into the hallways and stuff, when I had to carry equipment. That was a bloody joke, but the amounts of
connection and stuff down there.
Oh no, rarely any power connections and stuff. We had to ask the helper to give us like plug points and stuff like that. So, but it was fun. It was a horror film, and I love doing horror films because you can get really creative with lighting and stuff. Yeah. And have you seen Kalara?
I haven't. I know a fair bit about it from the Film School Chronicles' very own Sarah Stone.
Oh yes.
But yeah.
But okay. Lighting was pretty fun. So it was just me and my legendary lighting assistant, Jared Sexton, who actually was the gaffer for Henrietta.
Oh, very nice.
So it was just the both of us, because on other productions, when I was watching the credits, everyone had like freaking 3 or 4 or 5 lighting assistants.
Yeah.
Was it Crossing Paths had like...
Crossing Paths had like what, 8 lighting assistants?
Productions I was on is between like 3 and 4 lighting assistants. So just had the one,
so it was just me and Jared just doing that, and on top of that I had to focus pull, and on top of that help with any camera stuff that I could. So that was fun experience. So that's why I had to bring Sarah on board. I was like, you need to focus pull so that I can actually do my gaffering job. But it was really nice. We did a lot of stunts as well, where spoilers, can I give spoilers?
I think you can give spoiler alert for
just talk about like what stunts happen. Like.
Yeah, that's the spoiler. So
yeah, should be okay.
Yeah.
Big spoiler alert for. Yeah.
Well, no, just fingers getting cut.
Yeah.
Of someone. I won't say
a guy like.
Yeah, and then guy falling down the stairs, getting stabbed in the eye.
Yeah.
So yes, it's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
No, and
we actually about the reactions and.
We got really good reception at New Farm Cinemas when we did our screening.
Yeah.
People gasped so hard.
Yeah.
It's the best thing. And then even for our Griffith screenings, people loved it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can't, well, it's really hard to pull off those kind of stunts with a really small budget. Like we had a budget of I
Yeah.
think 8 or 9 grand.
Yeah, right.
That's about it. Where other, how much was Vendetta again?
Vendetta
25?
went up to 20. Started at like 20, went up to 25, 26 grand.
Right.
So you see the difference right here,
yeah,
how
yeah.
much it is.
Yeah.
Mostly crowdfunding, I'm guessing. That sort of.
No,
No?
not a
No.
lot. I think they had to self-fund a lot.
Gee whiz,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's what happens in
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
pretty
no,
much.
that's fair.
Yeah, you get ready for
Yeah,
grad
yeah.
slates.
Mm.
Gonna be expensive.
Yeah. So you were also focus puller partially, but of course Sarah was doing that job as well. How
Yeah.
was the balance some days, the days that you had to gaff and focus
So
pull?
90% of the film was inside the ship.
Yeah.
So once the lighting was set, it was pretty good. And the good thing was, the locations were like literally few steps away. So we had like a lounge room and then the hallway, the second hallway,
Yeah.
the staircase. So I would just light up all those scenes initially before starting the whole shoot for the day, so that we would not waste any time with lighting and stuff, and we were just ready to go because we only had 7 hours
Yeah.
every day on the ship to shoot. So which is bump in,
Yeah.
set up the equipment, shoot everything, and then get out.
And is
from
that
there.
just as long as that's the length of time that the Maritime Museum was open? And
Yes.
allowed you to use it, right?
Yeah, because you need a volunteer to be there.
Right.
They won't leave it.
Do it after hours, of course. Yeah. It sounds.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
hectic, yeah.
And then the outdoor locations were somewhere in, what is it? Mugra Dam, I think. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Lake Mugra?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that one. Scenic Rim.
Yeah.
That's where we shot our outdoor scenes.
Mm.
So that looked pretty good.
Mm.
And I loved color grading the film. Oh, yes. And I color graded Killara as well.
Right. Oh, nice.
So loved that. And it actually is very fun because once you light it, you know how it's going to look in post-production when you're
Yeah.
color grading it. So yeah, I had fun using all the Griffith equipment that we got.
Yeah.
And we got the new lights actually.
It's
Which
Oh,
so
yeah,
was-
the new LEDs.
Apertures and stuff. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Because try getting out a HMI light, which weighs like a ton,
Yeah.
and try putting it in your small hatchback car or whatever you have.
I think
Un-
no one used the HMIs after they. got
Yeah,
the new
because we didn't need
apertures,
it. Yeah.
No, yeah, the Aperture 1000 is
So good. Yeah.
did the same thing. Lighter, doesn't burn your hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
True.
Nah, yeah. It was great getting to work with those this year, ahead of Grad Slate. Just while you're on, so that was a big trip for the days you had to go out to.
Scenic Rim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Where were the actual locations just for Henrietta that you had to?
For Henrietta, so we shot in Fort Lytton,
Right.
which is just 20 minutes out from the CBD.
Oh.
That was a close one.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
And then we shot in Bunjurgen Estate, which is around 2 hours drive,
Yep.
near Sunny Coast or something.
Right.
Then we shot in this like really old heritage listed stone house called Moore Stone House.
Right.
That was another 2 hours something. And these are all in different directions.
Yeah.
And then the other one was this castle, like Airbnb, like fully decorated as a castle. And that was another 2 hours. So we were sometimes going like from one location to the other, like all in 2 hour trips. Like
Yeah.
it was a lot.
It's massive travel budget,
Yeah.
massive parking budget.
Yeah.
Being at South Bank and having to transport gear every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sounds like fun. Good lessons and stuff to know of where to shoot. Maybe somewhere in between the distance of 2 hours.
Yeah.
And just at Griffith, somewhere
Yeah.
there.
But I think what you'll find is like once you go into it, you get to the point you won't have an option. You'll have to go for if your story needs
Yeah,
it. Then
that's fair,
that's
yeah.
what matters. You know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to open it up to Neo. If you're wanting to maybe sorry, I don't know how to word this. So you pitched a Grad Slate.
Yeah.
At the start of the
Yes.
year.
Yes.
I'm currently in your same shoes that you were in a year ago of trying to pitch a Grad Slate.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how it's going to go? But so yeah, do you want to maybe talk about that experience and maybe give a bit of advice to second years who are currently going through that process?
Yeah, sure. So as I said, I directly joined second year.
Yeah.
In Griffith from NIFA. So I didn't know anyone, and none of the people knew me other than probably Clive and the mum crew.
Yeah.
For the drum prod we did. So when I did PPD, which is the production project development that you do in trimester 3 for Griffith, you get a lot of feedback when you're pitching your script, and then you just keep working on it for like 2 months or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sean's really good with giving feedback.
Yeah.
and then also for your final assessments, you giving a pitch to Sean, Priscilla, and then who else? Actually, we had someone coming from Screen Queensland to sit on the
Sit on the
panel.
yeah.
Yes, and he was judging us
Right,
and how
yeah.
we could do it better and stuff like that. So that was pretty fun. And then when the D-Day came, which was in Feb, when we had to pitch in front of the whole cohort,
Yep.
it was pretty nerve-wracking, to be honest, because everyone else was ready with their costumes and props and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For Henrietta, Matthew and Mitch, who's the producer for that, they dressed up as shining knights in armor and king crown,
right.
and then Matthew was like a
They had
peasant.
They had a big parchment that they rolled out.
Yeah. So if you've seen Monty Python Holy Grail,
Yeah,
they did the opening scene of that.
Oh, that's good.
That was so cool. And then after that, I think I went and I was just like, this is my film. So I didn't have anything. So I was like, I knew it. It's not yours. So yeah, go full out
Yep.
if you're going to pitch your film. And definitely have a producer on board.
Yeah.
Most of the films that got picked up had a producer on board.
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely get a good producer for yourself.
Wonderful.
Yes. So that's my
I
advice to
think,
you.
yeah, it's as many people as you know. You need to know people. Even if your film idea is great,
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
people who had ideas that were good, but they didn't know enough people. So there were some really questionable films that got through just because they had a
Yes.
big following.
That's fair. That's interesting.
Yeah.
We won't go into that too
No.
much. No,
No.
Yeah. You are graduated now, but we don't want to incriminate.
No.
No.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. That's very good advice. Do you have any advice as well for like apart from
Yeah, I
knowing
think
more people? Just
I think probably as Neo was saying, like your performance, the way you pitch as well is
Yep.
very important. Go there and kind of put on a bit of a show and get people really excited about your idea.
yeah.
Wear something, bring a prop. I think people who did really well as well had made a really good show reel from
Okay,
their film. They had put together like a little POC almost before the pitch.
Ah. Right. Yeah. Okay.
So that helped a lot. Just gets people like in the mindset of, okay, you're making this. Wow, this could be really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. That's good. Some stuff to think about there. Yeah.
yeah.
Very nice. So I want to go into my favorite segment. It's time for The Future is Looming. Because the future is here. The future is now. You've graduated. This is the first time we've been able to do this segment for third years who have now graduated and they are in this future after third year. So what's your big plan for
Next
next
steps.
year?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take the rest of Christmas just to detox, and
Nice,
then, but yeah, I'm keeping myself busy. Very busy shooting music videos and corporate work, and just building up my freelancing. And I think I need a bit of stability for now, so I'm gonna go into a full-time job for a year or two.
Nice. Yeah.
Just earn and save up, and but I'm just gonna keep doing all my freelance on the side, and
Oh, very
who
nice.
knows, maybe one day we'll get a break with this music video stuff
Yeah.
and get onto some bigger artists.
Yeah,
But,
nice. Yeah.
yeah, enjoying.
I know plenty of major directors who've made their way through doing like ads or music videos and
Yeah.
stuff. So
No.
So do you have a production company name? Like
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to plug that?
Yeah,
now?
sure. It's called Film Me Photo and Video.
Yeah.
And we do everything from weddings to music videos to events, corporate videos, everything.
Nice.
So
Cool.
yeah.
So check that one out. Anyone who's needing someone for events, who's somehow watching this, or and yourself, Neo.
Well, my plans are to move to Adelaide for work. So yeah, I've applied for a few jobs as a videographer and in post-production and stuff. So basically, I'm going to be working corporate and commercial stuff because, as Clive said, you need to build some capital
Yeah, of course.
before you go on to sets and stuff like that. Because as good as it sounds that, yes, I'm working on a big production, you also need to get paid every day, to be honest,
Yeah.
to pay your bills and stuff. So yeah, that's for me, for going to Adelaide. And then also, I recently joined the ACS Queensland, which is called the Australian Cinematographer Society. You should definitely check out if you want to be in the camera department, lighting department, or anything related to that.
Yeah.
That's a really good community, and they have a lot of events happening like every month, and it's a good chance to network with industry professionals.
Yep.
So recently I was at the ACS Awards night, and the amount of talent that I saw and watched, holy cow,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, like it'll blow your mind off.
Rightio. Okay, yeah, that's definitely something to check out. And
Yeah.
third year, once I'm, trying to get some stuff going, I suppose. Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show
Thank
today.
you.
It's been wonderful having
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Unless you've got any closing remarks, I think we might wrap up.
No, just all the best to you guys for next year.
Oh, thank you very much. All the best to both of you with what the future holds. And, if you need some small crew, then don't be afraid to.
Of course.
Oh yeah,
Let us know,
definitely. Yeah. I'm
And
calling people.
yeah, if we've got anything going on and you're around and free and maybe want to collab, we'll let you know as well. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Sweet. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for watching or listening, however you are consuming this content. This has been the Film School Chronicle.